Hey guys, listening to the English Made Simple show. This is episode number 237, number 237, número 237. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, boys and girls. Welcome back to the show. You've come to the right place, amigos, if you want to improve your English in listening and speaking. This podcast is for you if you want to expand your vocabulary, improve your listening, so you can become fluent in English faster, one short conversation at a time. That is the idea, amigos y amigas. Okie dokie. So today's episode is number 237. Oh my goodness, 237. That is a big number. All right, amigos, my name is Milena and I'm the host of the English Made Simple show. You can find me at englishmadesimple.net, englishmadesimple.net. I hope everybody's doing well. Good. Today we are going to do the show differently. It's going to be a bit different today. There won't be a repeat after me segment. I know how much you miss Well Inteligente. Also, today's show has been brought to you by My Tools. It's a page on my website called Tools. Tools are used to run English Made Simple. It also includes relevant resources for you guys, for English learners, that I recommend if you choose to study English at home. You might want to consider these resources that I share with you on that page. I regularly update links on the page. So I add new stuff in there from time to time. Like today, I added some stuff. So don't forget to check out englishmadesimple.net/tools. TOOLS. There is something in there for you guys, for English learners, for teachers, or anyone who would like to start a podcast one day, all right? Or start a website or build a website one day. You'll find the tools and resources that I use and recommend here at English Made Simple. Alrighty, let's dive straight in. Let's start today with a question. Hope you're ready, amigos y amigas. I have a question for you. Do you like to read books? Do you like to read books in general? Do you like to read? Let me be more specific. Do you like to read books in English? I used to enjoy reading books when I was a teenager, reading all the, typical stuff like romance novels and also books from the crime and horror genre. Actually, I do have a weird genre for a teenager. So genre is just a word that's being used for categories, okay? I do have a weird genre for a teenager, okay? Something I used to read when I was 12 years old. Well, almost a teenager. Long time ago now. I do remember I used to read books on psychology and human mind. Yeah, that's why I'm a bit crazy. I do remember I used to go to the library and I used to take books out by Sigmund Freud. Yes, Sigmund Freud. Who is he? You might ask. Somebody might ask. There could be some psychiatrist or psychologist out there listening to the show right now. You'll know who Sigmund Freud is. He's being referenced a lot, even in the movies he's being referenced. According to the Wikipedia, I'm going to introduce you to Dr. Freud, okay, from Wikipedia. Okay, according to the Wikipedia, Dr. Freud was an Austrian neurologist and the founder of psychoanalysis, a clinical method for treating psychopathology through dialogue between a patient and a psychoanalyst. Well, that was my introduction to psychology. What a wonderful way to learn about psychology when I was 12 years old, isn't it? And today's episode is not about psychology, amigos y amigas. You can relax. It's not about psychology. It's good. I'm not going to psychoanalyze you today, so you can relax. We can relax. Now, back to today's show. So let me ask the question again. Do you like reading books in English? In English? Do you like reading books in English? I can't hear you. I hope you said yes. If you don't like reading too much, you might try listening to audiobooks. Okay? You might try audiobooks. And I bet you will like those audiobooks. Since most of you love listening to podcasts, I can only assume that you would enjoy listening to some audiobooks. Hence the reason for today's show. I'm trying to listen to to audiobooks now rather than reading them. I'm trying to listen to audiobooks rather than reading actual books. I've got a lot of books here next to me and I need to buy a bookshelf for those books. Okay, maybe there's an easier way. Okay, so I signed up for Audible. It's a platform for audiobooks where you can search for your favorite book and listen to it in English. You can search for all your favorite books and listen to them in English. This way you can listen to something interesting, something that you are interested in, while learning English at the same time. And no doubt you'll pick up a lot of new vocabulary. And let's not forget about pronunciation. You can also pick up some pronunciation, some new words and pronunciation. You'll improve your pronunciation as well, no doubt about that. So the Audible platform is like what is it? It's like a library of audiobooks. It's like going to the library and browsing books, but this way you're browsing audiobooks. Audible is like Netflix for books. Okay. It's a membership platform. You pay a monthly subscription to access the library. You download an app on your phone or your tablet or your computer so you can listen to the books while you're out running or hiking. And if you're like me, when you're at home washing dishes or vacuuming even, doing something really boring, you can listen to podcasts or you can listen to audiobooks, your favorite books on Audible. If you're listening to this show right now in July of 2019, yes, it's halfway to the end of 2019. Well, if you're listening to this right now in July, Audible is running a promotion where you can access Audible Library free for 3 months. This promotion ends in July, end of July. Otherwise, they do offer 1 month free trial. If you've never tried audiobooks, you can try it for 1 month for free before you commit to the monthly membership if you want to continue with browsing audiobooks and listening to some audiobooks. It's definitely worth getting it if you're an avid book reader. An avid book reader is somebody who is a fan of reading books. That's just one way of saying it. Avid book reader. So my book taste has evolved over years since I was 12, all right? It has evolved since that time, but only slightly. I now like to read more serious books about business, about mindset, still something to do with human mind. I'm still intrigued. About philosophy, about entrepreneurship. Don't ask me to spell that word, it's too long. About investing, investing in real estate and things like that. So that's what I am kind of into at the moment. I've got 3 of my favorite books on Audible. I shared them on that link that I gave you earlier, englishmadesimple.net/tools. Scroll all the way down to see which ones I like. The first one that I like, you'll see there, is called Sapiens. Sapiens, The Brief History of Humankind by Yuval Noah Harari. The book is in the anthropology niche. It's in the anthropology genre. So if you're interested in anthropology, you might actually find this book also interesting. So I won't go into too much detail here. I don't know if this is actually for everybody to listen. I don't want to bore you, but the first time I heard about this book was on a podcast. The author of the book, Yuval Noah, was interviewed by James Altucher. I think I mentioned this podcast before, the James Altucher show, and I just loved that interview. So I had to go and check out his book, and it's one of the best sellers, apparently. What I'm going to do is just give you a quick snippet of what this book is about. Let's see, I don't want to bore you too much. But this is what it says on the Audible page when you look for the Sapiens book. This is what it says. Earth is 4.5 billion years old. In just a fraction of that time, one species among countless others has conquered it. Us. We are the most advanced and most destructive animals ever to have lived. What makes us brilliant? What makes us deadly? What makes us sapiens? In this bold and provocative audiobook, Yuval Noah Harari explores who we are, how we got here, and where we are going. Sapiens is a thrilling account of humankind's extraordinary history from the Stone Age to the Silicon Age, and our journey from insignificant apes to rulers of the world. Intriguing, isn't it? I hope you were intrigued by that. When you browse through the Audible library, you can also listen to the snippets of the audio if you like the narrator's voice. Sometimes you may not like the person's voice who's reading it. I think that's important when selecting an audiobook. You want to listen to someone that you want to listen to. It's not necessarily the author doing the reading. It's not necessarily the author himself doing the reading. They hire professional voiceover people to do the narration. That's usually what happens. If you're interested in exploring more about this book that I mentioned, The Sapiens, you can go to englishmadesimple.net/tools and scroll all the way down the page. It's on there somewhere, all the way at the end. You'll see it. I bet some of you out there listening are thinking, this episode is getting a bit serious. Milena is getting a bit too serious. Look, I don't read any funny books. I haven't really found any funny books. I can't remember any books that I read in the comedy genre. I might look for one on Audible, actually. But so far, I haven't come across any funny books that I can recommend. Maybe you can recommend some for me. Now, another thing I'd like to add is Kindle. You probably heard of Kindle. It's been out there for a bit longer than Audible. Another brand in the Amazon suite of products. Kindle Books are essentially like ebooks, electronic books. But you'll be surprised that some of these ebooks have an audio component as well. I've bought a few ebooks in my time on Kindle. Sometimes when I'm impatient, which is most of the time, I can't wait for the book to be delivered at home, so I prefer the Kindle version. I can instantly download it on my tablet and then read it straight away after buying it. You can also find the Sapiens book I mentioned earlier on Kindle as well. Again, go to englishmadesimple.net/tools to start browsing for Kindle and Audible books. That's where I keep all of the resources for you to check out. They are the resources I recommend. Actually, when I met my husband, he was reading the Star Wars books on Kindle. And he was also listening to the audio version on Kindle too. That's how I know there is an audio version as well. And guess what? That's how he improved his English, just by listening to Star Wars audiobooks on Kindle. Now he speaks like Yoda from the Star Wars. Now he speaks like Yoda. This is what he learned from Star Wars. Do or do not. There is no try. That's what Yoda famously said. Okie dokie, amigos y amigas. I hope I inspired you all to start listening to some audiobooks. Let me finish this episode by asking you, what is your favorite book? Do you have one? If you have a favorite book, look for it on Audible. Listen to the English version of that book. That'll be interesting to hear, I'm sure. Hope you enjoyed today's show, amigos y amigas. If you'd like to keep track of episodes via email, go to englishmadesimple.net and scroll all the way down and enter your name and email, and you'll start receiving emails about new episodes. Also, don't forget to go to englishmadesimple.net/convo to get your audiobook and get access to the 3-day mini email course. Don't forget to join the challenge at the end of the course. You'll get invited to join after you complete the mini course. That link was englishmadesimple.net/convo to get my audiobook about how to simplify a conversation. Thanks for joining me in today's episode, amigos y amigas. You've been an amazing audience and you've been jamming with Milena from English Made Simple. Until next time, hasta la próxima! It also includes relevant resources for you guys for English lesson. And no doubt you'll pick up a lot of what... If you'd like to keep track of all of the episodes... No. Don't forget also to go to englishmadesimple.net/convo. Convo is short.